So other than that, Anthony Montalbano has been working for me, what, 2 years now? Yep. Hired him straight out of college. And he's the guy, when I say, let's figure something out, he figures it out for us. And Facebook is one of the things he's been working on. We've got a module coming out this week inside Underground Training Lab, correct? And the bent is on marketing, so it isn't the same screenshot by screenshot, step by step, this is how you set up the account, this is how you do this and that. The whole goal of the Facebook marketing was, what components of Facebook lend itself best to marketing? So there are certain things. We flew out to a Facebook Developers Conference last year, spent a lot of money to attend it, and the people that were there that are the big players on Facebook said over and over again, there's 10 or 12 basic viral components to Facebook, but the ones that they really care about always boiled down to the Newsfeed and the mini feed, which is no longer the mini feed. It's been repurposed as the wall, and there was always the wall. The one nice thing about Facebook is they changed the names. They come up with something new, but they give it an old name. So whatever used to exist under the old name is now the new thing that they're calling it by the old name, and it's confusing. And I know that was confusing too, but we'll cover that. You want to go ahead and get started?
I'm good.
Okay, let's do it.
Like Jeff just said, I'm Anthony Montalbano. I work for Jeff Johnson, and I love Facebook. So I think that says a lot right there. Like all the stuff you guys are learning here is stuff that I work with day in and day out. So being able to apply it to something I love, such as Facebook, makes it awesome to come up with this stuff here that I want to show you guys. So let's start. See if this thing works. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is just a quick overview of what I'm going to try to cover here for viral marketing. I want to make sure you guys understand the newsfeed and the wall, because that's the big viral marketing part of Facebook. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of that. And then I'm going to show you how to optimize your profile, because you want to make sure that it's optimized for the stuff for your newsfeed and wall, which I'll explain in a minute. And then obviously you're going to get your friends, fans, and members, and that kind of stuff right there is where everything that you put on Facebook is where they're going to see that kind of stuff, those people. And then adding your content to your wall, which when I explain the newsfeed and wall, you'll understand that in a minute. But the content that you guys want to post is I'm going to show you how to get that stuff on there. And then there's other Facebook properties, which I'll just kind of go over briefly. So understanding the newsfeed and the wall. Basically, on your profile, there's a thing called the wall. And the wall is all the actions that you are doing. So if you add new friends, if you add new content, post a link, post a video, that kind of stuff gets put on your wall. And then you have this thing called a newsfeed. The newsfeed basically is what all of your friends are doing. So when you first log into Facebook, the very first thing you're going to see is this thing called a newsfeed. So,
excuse me, Anthony?
Yep.
You have screenshots of this, but they come later, right? Let's show those first so you guys can get a look at the wall and what we're talking about, and we'll come back to the screen right here. Okay, here's a picture, I guess, right here of the wall. And this is Jeff's profile. And you can see right here, these are things that are going on his wall. This example right here shows people that have posted comments on his wall. So, but actions that he takes on Facebook as well. The wall is your home page, correct? I mean, that's basically your home page.
It's your home page, your profile. The main thing that when people want to see who you are, they're going to look at your profile. So here's an example right there of the wall on Jeff's profile page. And then here's a picture of your newsfeed. The newsfeed is only viewable by yourself. So like I said, it shows all the things that your friends are doing, adding photos, changing their status and stuff like that. So when you first log into Facebook, most people, when they log into Facebook, they're going to see their newsfeed, read what their friends are doing, and that kind of stuff. That's kind of how Facebook works. That's what people do. I use it every single day. The first thing I do, I see what everyone else is doing.
Yeah. So my buddy Ryan, if he updates something on his Facebook profile or his website, adds a picture, adds a video, adds a note, whatever he does shows up on my newsfeed when I sign into my account. I say, oh, Ryan Ringhold is preparing for Jeff Johnson's Underground Training Lab. I was the other night, I saw that. So I went over to his profile, left him a message, said, yeah, you're getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to present. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, yes, I'm kidding. That's the viral nature of it. You've got one newsfeed that shows you what all of your friends are doing, and that's part of the viral nature of it. We can use it for business marketing too. But the important thing to remember is, in your newsfeed, when you sign into your account, you get to see what all your friends are doing. All of them. If Ryan tells me, like a Twitter just types it in and says, I'm getting ready for Jeff's event, all his friends see that, including me. Well, he had said, I'm getting ready for Jeff Johnson's Underground Training Lab event. He actually put a link in it to my website. So all of his friends and my friends see his statement of, hey, I'm getting ready for Jeff's event, and they get to see a link that they can click on that takes them to my website. And I didn't ask him to do it. He was just talking about what he was doing, telling his friends, hey, I'm getting ready, I'm presenting here. And that's how we work through Facebook as a viral marketing mechanism. And is that clear now, what he's talking about, the wall and the profile, so we can go back to his presentation? I just want to make sure you're clear on that before we move fed. Sorry, but...
That's fine.
That's cool.
Okay.
It'll work.
So, all right, newsfeed and the wall. Just like Jeff was just saying about what the newsfeed and the wall, this is how they're viral. Basically, like he said, when he posted something on his wall, well, those things that are on your wall will show up on all of his friends. Well, Jeff has a couple thousand friends now, so anything that he would post on his own wall, a link or something like that, would get shown to all of his friends. So that's one of the first things that can be really viral about Facebook and the newsfeed. And then you can post on your friend's wall. So all of their friends, you can see their stuff as well. So like basically, if we post a link or share something, one of our friends, it'll go on their wall so that all of their friends, when they look at their friend's newsfeed, they look at their newsfeed, they're going to see that link. Does that make sense? It's all right. And then new thing that they added to Facebook recently when they just relaunched it was the ability to comment on the different stories on your newsfeed. So now if you read something like, for instance, Ryan said that he was coming here preparing his slides for this event, then Jeff could leave a comment, and that means that because it was Ryan left that message, all of his friends that have that same story on their newsfeed, they will now see Jeff's comment. So now you're covering a larger group than just your base friends. You're also covering Ryan's friends as well. So that's the viral nature of the newsfeed and the wall and why it's really important. So, okay, I want to explain how to optimize your account so that the stuff that gets posted to your wall is the stuff that you want, the quality stuff. By default, when you create a Facebook account, there is a whole bunch of different things that could potentially get posted to your wall. Well, you want to be able to limit the type of things. You want to say just the links I post or just status updates. That way, when it gets displayed on other people's newsfeed, that it's only the stuff that you want them to see. Like, you don't really care if people are saying they just got married or stuff like that. Or if you just said you got married, you don't want that to show on your wall because it would show on other people's newsfeed. You just want people to see your quality content. So there's ways to optimize your profile and your account settings so that the stuff that gets posted to your wall is just the stuff that you want to get posted. So that's what I'm going to show you there. And then also, when you create your account and you add the different information like your interests, your favorites, and stuff like that, there's certain things you can do, which I notice a lot of people don't do when they create their accounts, is you can tag things, and it makes it good for search. So if you use words instead of sentences, like keywords, normally you should use keywords when you're listing things of your favorites. For instance, Jeff lists like internet marketing and SEO and stuff like that. Instead of saying, I am an internet marketer, it's a full sentence that would recognize as one long keyword. So you wouldn't want to do that. You want to just list it as like a list of keywords and not sentences, where most people actually write like full sentences for their interests.
Do you have an example of that?
I don't know if I do.
Okay,
I don't know if I do. We'll see if I do. So this is an example right here of what it looks like when you actually edit your news feed and your wall settings. So as you can see on the left right here, you have your Facebook actions, and you can determine, like for instance, what I checked off here is when I write things on my friend's wall, I want that to be posted on my wall. When I comment on different things, I want that to be posted on my wall, because those are the actions that are of quality content that will get posted to all of your friends' news feed. So it's really important to make sure that you choose those things, because you can see remove a relationship status. So if you say that you broke up with somebody, that kind of stuff you don't really care about.
Well, he's talking from a marketing perspective.
Yeah, from a marketing perspective.
Some people might actually want to share the fact that they got married with their friends, right? So
yeah, if it's for, this is from a marketing angle. That's how I'm taking on this. So, you have a question?
Microphone, please.
You may have covered this. I apologize late. But is this Facebook Jeff Johnson, or is it Underground Training Lab?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it is.
It's both, because my brand is both.
Okay.
Well, that too.
Well, if it's both, did you sign in did you open the account as Jeff Johnson?
Yes.
And also, you have two? So one
Nope.
Jeff Johnson, one Underground
No,
Training Lab?
in the past, if we're doing just a brand, whatever the brand is, we'll open the account as. This particular one is